Yeah, we're on the quest for the haunted chicken restaurant. That's like the last thing I remember about this plot.
I mean, we are definitely pointed in that direction, given where Camilla's going.
And I know we make it there eventually.
Uh,
Oh, welcome everyone back to Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Every
Yippee!
every day I lose the plots of what the Pegasus voice sounds like.
The Pegasus voice is whatever you want it to sound like. It lives in your heart.
Alright. Well, anyway, let's get into the game because fucking dead silent title screen. Super cool, super nice. Thank you, video games.
I mean, it's here to build atmosphere. It's not like you're gonna be here for longer than like 10 seconds half the time.
Ah, says you.
Oh, okay.
Once again, Luna's in danger, and I think she knows it too. I sincerely doubt she'll be coming back to this apartment tonight. She and I are connected to each other somehow. She's my only lead and I can't lose her. I have to get to her, and fast. Well, the telephone in this apartment being out of service, my only hope of escape is to find another telephone. No Mr. Desk Lamp here. The only friend I have to talk to is the nice little doggy curled up there on the floor. Also, babe, the secret award for beating that secret dungeon is that you get a pet cat.
Great. Hope you lives again.
Yeah, there's a whole fucking quest line about rescuing dogs, and in the secret dungeon there's a cat.
Oh, hello, what's up?
I was wondering if you could help me.
I'll certainly try. But the only thing I'm really good at, though, is barking. There really isn't much else.
I think you might be right there.
But I'm really, really good at barking.
God, he's just so dopey, I love him.
I love his little eyes. Miss Lynn comes chasing after me with a broom. The lady next door kicks the wall. I've got quite a bit of influence around these parts.
Yeah. Also, if our audio sounds kind of funky today, it's because, well, someone lost their earbuds on a train ride.
I'm getting new ones literally this afternoon. I just don't have them right now. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry, everyone. You're gonna have to live without perfectly insulated audio. Alright, Missile, you do your thing. Do it, coward.
Do it, make my day.
If you keep that racket up, I'll bring this whole dilapidated building down on you. Lady, if it's so shit, why are you living here?
The aesthetic.
Oh, of course. Did you hear what I just heard?
You mean the lady next door's angry howl?
No, forget that. It was the sound of a telephone ringing, coming from the apartment next door.
Oh, I get it. You're thinking about borrowing your telephone, aren't you? But how are you going to do that without breaking the wall down?
Well, Lane next door is kindly offering to do it for us.
Yes, but she's mostly hoping to crush me underneath it.
Well, let's see what we can do.
We've got a variety of tricks at our disposal.
Well, that doesn't help. Two things are certain. There's a telephone in the apartment next door. I have to create a path to get there somehow.
Should I keep barking?
If you keep that up, I'll knock this wall down. If she's true to her word, we might be able to change the situation.
I just want to avoid the whole getting crushed part, though, if you don't mind.
Have to do something to change the situation. If I can create just a little more racket somehow. Okay, I have an idea of what we're doing here. Mean to him. Here it is.
Mean to him.
Oh no, what do I bark at? What do I bark at? Ah, jeez.
Jesus Christ, lady.
Lady, what are your fucking... Genuine lady, what are your freaking bottles made out of?
Titanium, I guess.
I told you, didn't I? I would knock the wall down on you. Thanks, lady. Shockingly enough, I don't think she's a super major character.
Oh, I can't imagine why. So, this is what it feels like to have a wall knocked down on you, huh?
It's more like she knocked you out through the wall, really. She's attacking him psychically.
I'm still alive, aren't I?
You are. But the TV and the star ornaments aren't.
No, I'll never bark again. Not as long as I live.
But wait a minute. Looks like all that commotion wasn't for naught.
Huh?
Your barking made her create a path for me. Yeah, that! Not the painting she knocked down, no.
No. It did? But the wall is still standing, just like before.
But there are paths only the dead can see.
Oh, those kinds of paths.
Babe, it's time to pull a funny trick on the game.
I'm gonna do a funny little trick on God right now. So, you're leaving, huh?
I guess so.
You're going to go save Miss Camilla and Miss Lynn?
I have to solve my own mystery first and foremost. That means everything to me.
But you will save them, right?
If it helps me along my way, then yes.
I don't have any powers of the dead. I'm not even dead, actually. But I'm going to go find a way to help Miss McCamilla too.
We create our own paths, right, Missile?
That's right.
Okay, I'm leaving now. Guess this is our second goodbye. Let me tell you, playing this game without audio was a mistake when I was younger.
The music is so good.
God, where's our freaking Ghost Trick anime already?
Anything for this game, please.
Although, I think it'd be very funny if the way it visualized, like moving between objects, was that Cecil had to literally reach out and grab the next one, and just kind of keep spinning around with his arms.
He's got short little stubby arms.
Yeah. It would be very funny.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. My name is Cecil. If we ever meet again, that's what you can call me.
Sissel, huh? Got it. You know what, Sissel? I'm going to create my own path, just like you said.
Genuinely no idea how you pronounce his name.
We're both just gonna pronounce them differently. Hi, Lou.
Hi.
Funny doggy hours.
Missile's going to break that door down. Tonight is that holiest of all nights, my deadline. All I need to get some inspiration from the muses is this bottle and some cheese. Here's to the boorish people next door. Lady, you're fucking rich. Why the hell do you live here?
We'll talk about it.
Are you alright, my darling angel? Have you taken your medicine like a good girl? Lou, as always, if you want to jump in the call, go ahead. Well, here I am in yet another strange room. What's with the oddly tense air of this place anyway? Now where's that little treasure I'm looking for? There it is, the telephone. Now if I can just borrow it. Even now, Lynn's life is in danger. I have to use that phone fast. Can't very well make that woman bring it to me. Guess I'll have to find a way over there myself. Alright, what do we got? Oh, hey, the dictionary.
Let's read the dictionary, just for fun.
Turns out it's heavy as shit. Maybe that woman built up her destructive power by hefting this puppy. More like a weapon than a book. It's very unfortunate her wine glass isn't all red. Oh, well, that's... Go put that a little closer.
No.
Hey, Lou.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Time to play fucking Mousetrap, apparently.
Mean to them.
Oh, this time it's on purpose. Oh, Mr. Prime Minister, you mustn't. I'm a married woman. And I'm a married man. We cannot resist this any longer. I'm ready to abdicate it all for you. I did not expect to be reading this lady sucking fanfic, but sure.
For hot Prime Minister fanfic.
Even if it means... Ruination. Is that even a word? That abdicate just doesn't look right somehow. This is going to nag at me until I'm sure. Alright, so I guess we're just waiting for... Oh, I see.
Yeah, you gotta time it, like, just right with the rats.
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 Let's see. I know I put it here somewhere. Now where could it have gone to? No, I guess I gotta knock it onto the shelf right as she's inspecting it.
It's precise. You're hitting the real timing puzzles part.
You know what? If you guys want to read this, then go ahead.
When is the Rachel Reads My Immortal stream, huh, babe?
Pay me. I've always wondered, if you can be overwhelmed by something, can you just be plain whelmed? This is going to nag at me until I'm sure. I mean, you know what? I guess that is a pretty goofy way to do this. Version of this where you just dunk it in the dictionary.
I mean, I think there is a version where you don't, and they have to, like, do some real workarounds to make sure you can still get over there.
I think it'd be very funny to see, though. But it's strange. I know I left this dictionary on the shelf. It's as if some little angel playing naughty tricks on me. That's how you talk. Perhaps my darling angel? Well, I guess I gotta wait for her to come back then.
You gotta hear this family drama first.
What is it, my darling angel? You want to take the small child?
Sure. Oh, my head hurts, Mama.
You poor dear. No wonder with a fever of 102. I mean, that's pretty high. Here is to a night of fever, out in the love of my Prime Minister. Alright, isn't this lady like...
We'll get to it. Don't even worry about it.
We will discuss the implications of her writings later.
It's almost time to go out for my lesson. Can I take the night off?
Yes, I suppose that would be best. But wait a minute. I bet you're happy to have an excuse to get out of it, aren't you?
Not especially. If I ever don't want to go, I just don't go and pretend I did.
You said it, girl.
I go play with Camilla next door or something.
Here's to the blunt honesty of my darling angel.
Hey, today's Papa's birthday.
Oh, is it?
Aren't we going to celebrate together?
Let's not talk about your father, dear. Now, Mama has to go back to work. I have a deadline tonight, after all. Lady, you're still in, like, the middle of the spicy scenes.
You haven't even done, like, a first draft.
Yeah, lady, you're still fucking typing out your spicy scenes with the Prime Minister. And you're definitely not working through your divorce or anything, no.
No. Mama, wait. I have just one thing to say. Don't try and put me in the middle of you two, okay?
Whatever could you be talking about?
I know what's going on, you know. You write novels, and Papa wants you to stop. But it was very selfish of you to take me and leave the house. I want to go home.
Man, it's almost like I'm a terrible character. Now, it's time for good little girls to go to sleep. Especially sick little girls.
I hate you, Mama.
Rage so deep it echoes.
She was just that powerful.
These two were quite a pair. Father would have to be a pretty strong man to hold his own against them, and he isn't. Sounds like the family circumstances are pretty complicated. I wonder if I had a family. Shout out to Kid Me, just not understanding anything about how the scene worked.
All just went right over your head.
Alright, so...
This is one of the scenes where you just kind of need to wait.
I figured. Yeah, lady. Like, absence of context, this is just a very fun thing to be writing about. With context, lady.
Holy shit.
Can't believe they put this in the fucking kid-friendly Konami game about dead people.
Capcom.
In my kid-friendly Capcom game about dead people. You say something, Lou?
Not really.
Fair. Ah, there it is.
Nice.
I mean, you know what? Props to her. That's very impressive to do with a hand.
She's just talented like this.
Hello, is that you? How many times are you going to make me tell you? The night is that holiest of all nights. My deadline. Please, I'm begging you, change your mind and come home to me. I think you're the one who needs to change his mind. Please, put yourself in my position. You can write your novel just as well from home. Until you change your mind, your daughter and I won't be coming home. Even if that means forever. Let me talk to Emily then, at least. You can't talk to her. She's sick with a fever right now, and I won't have you giving her nightmares. God, what a fucking pathetic sweat scrap of a man.
Damn.
I want to talk to Papa.
Now, I don't want to hear your voice anymore tonight. Please, wait a minute. Don't try to call again. I won't answer. I refuse to answer.
Got a new phone number.
Troubled man's office. Now I finally have the telephone lines I need. I'm curious about this woman's husband, but I should go find my only lead first. That hitman who's after Lynn is sure to be heading to the junkyard right now. I'd better hurry. Well, obviously,
Go to troubled man's office. I'm sure Lynn's fine.
Yeah, and if she isn't fine, she will be. Are you alright, sir? I ordered all of you not to come near me. I beg your pardon, sir. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. But I'd like to be left alone right now. You may go. Yes, sir. God. Oh boy. Another strange room and another strange person. I wish these telephone lines came with nameplates or something. Sheesh. God, what a fucking scrap of a man.
He's doing not the best he can, but he's doing something.
Yeah.
Shout out
He's
to the most nonsensical puzzle piece in existence, the Flappy Flag.
That's a surprise tool that will help us later, babe.
It'll help someone later, but it'll sure give anyone who doesn't know about it a fucking pain. And suffering. Yeah, shout out to that lady writing her fucking
Yeah.
hot, spicy Prime Minister BDSM scenes while being married to the Prime Minister.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna be real. I think I would also be uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, not much time has passed since I was here last, but the situation has changed. Looks like they're examining my body. I wonder who they are. Oh yeah, that's definitely what you do with like a stethoscope
Check for a heartbeat.
in
You
the
might
shoulder.
be fine, you don't know.
Who's the doctor here? Oh hey Ray. And beside them, a certain somebody else wriggles and bounces happily. I wonder who that person really is, too.
Welcome back. You weren't gone very long.
What's going on here?
The police are here to start the criminal investigation. You know, into your murder.
Yeah, no, that murder that happened a little earlier. Yours.
You may have heard something about it. I don't know.
My murder case, eh? Where's Lynn? Is she alright?
So you found out her name already, did you?
Not like it was hard, buddy.
I'm impressed. Here's a gold star.
Here's a gun.
Yor did it.
Your winner.
It sounded like she was in some kind of immediate danger. She was being threatened with a mid-sized bird. Not to mention the fact that One Step Ahead Tango is after her.
Birds are terrifying creatures.
They are, they're vicious. Well, you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. She was just taken into custody a few minutes ago.
She's simply been arrested. Custody? You mean she was arrested? But why?
Top 10 sprites ever. I don't know. I'm just a desk lamp.
Better see what I can find out. Quite a thing, huh, this case? Yeah, one
You
of our... No, I will simply recite square here.
Okay.
Yeah, one of our own. A murderer. Heads will roll over this. And she's a rookie, too. Heard she was carrying out some crazy investigation. Rookies aren't given crazy assignments like that. Not even rookies like Lynn. Yeah, but I heard she was special. She's got strong buys. She's got strong buys. Wait, where did the bee come from?
Massive thighs. Powerful. Crush a watermelon.
She's incredibly bi, but that's not the point of this. She's got strong ties to Investor Cabanella of the Special Investigation Unit. I'm moving the ladder on my own merits myself. Well, we detectives shouldn't be standing around gossiping. Never know who might be listening. I am not going to remember these voices if these guys ever come up again.
Don't worry, they don't.
Like me. You want to take this weirdo, though?
What voice do I possibly give this man?
I mean, theoretically, he's Russian because he's blue.
I'm not doing that. Like me.
Thanks, buddy. Well, nothing interesting going on in there.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hurry, hurry.
Cool. I think we can safely assume the cause of death was the bullet he took in the chest.
Definitely.
Bring the stretcher. I'll look into the rest back at the lab.
Do you transport corpses on stretchers?
I mean, I guess the other option is what, like, carrying them yourself?
No! Right, the implication is you're supposed to put them in a body bag.
Yeah. I forgot about that.
This man does not know what a body bag is.
Look, he's a professional. Are you a doctor? Do you know?
No. Would you mind waiting here for a bit, Doctor? Inspector Cabanella, head of the Special Investigation Unit, is on his way now. Every time I want to say Cabana or Cabalena. Cabanella is a very funky word.
Distinctive. Special Investigation Unit? What do they want with a case like this?
I don't know, but Cabanella is our top investigator. We don't want him to get all bent out of shape, or there'll be hell to pay. That's how those words went together.
You know how to read so well and good, babe. Huh. Don't see what that has to do with me.
Words simply do not function. I don't really get what Cabanella wants to come for either. I wanted to put here in there so bad. It's probably just a big lark for him, but it makes things tougher on us. Hey, watch what you say behind his back. Never know who might be listening. Like me.
Like me.
Fucking capitate the canary there.
Here's the most specialist boy in the whole world.
Ah, the tension of a crime scene. What? Yeah, nothing like it, baby. Oh, I see. He's one of the kings.
He is. He is one of the kings. Look at him fucking go.
Evening, boys. How's it looking? Inspector Cabanella, thank you for coming. Allow me to report, sir. Fine, fine. You just hold that thought. I'm gonna make a little phone call first. So this is the head of the Special Investigation Unit. He seems, unique. New info has been added. God, the game does not like Cecil's special boy energy.
I think there's just too many models on the screen right now for your totally legit hardware.
Probably. Deal me the deal. How's it going over there, baby? You want to take Space Case?
Going? How's it going, you ask? You like to know how it's going? I would say it's going well enough. About fair to average, if I had to say. Yes, it's going alright.
Not the man I was hoping to talk to there, baby. Do me a favor and put that other nice man on the horn now, would you? That's a nice fellow.
If it has anything to do with this park, I'm the one to talk to. I'm the guardian of this park. Yes!
My God, I remembered this guy, but I completely forgot what he looked like. I thought he looked different.
He's everything.
Ah, sorry about that, Inspector. I just got here. Well, glad to hear you made it. That other fellow just fell through me for a loop. Started blathering something about being guardian of the park or some such. Yes, him. Sorry about that. Well, start doing your staking out thing, baby, and buzz me if anything comes up. If I had seen in if I remembered what Austin Powers sounded like, that would be like the perfect voice for this man.
Yeah, baby. It's like
Yes,
British
sir.
or something.
Fair. I have not seen Austin Powers in over a year. Still, now I can go to the park. Now then, sir. If I may make my report, sir. Doc, yoo-hoo, oh Doc.
And to me?
I need you to handle this case with your finest care and attention. Could you do that for me, Doc?
Don't need you to tell me how to do my job.
Anywho, I'd like to see the suspect now, if I may. Lynn, sir? I asked her to let herself be taken into custody voluntarily, sir.
Custodiary.
Custodiary volunteer. To be fair, this is a slightly funky sentence to say.
Fair.
She's being detained in the junkyard superintendent's office right now. Super's office, eh? Super. And where's that? Just beyond where you park your bicycle, Inspector. I'll go interview the suspect then. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. Carry on, boys. Good luck, sir. This man is the...
Fucking love him.
Alright, well I guess we're going to the park, because there wasn't... Unless Ray's willing to give me a boost up, we're probably going to the park. Whew, Inspector Cabanella. He sure has a strange air about him. You can say that again. And I've never seen anybody use stairs the way he does. It's probably really good for your legs if you do it like that.
Honestly, the amount of exercise you get.
I hear he's dancing his way up the stairs of promotion that same airy way. And I hear Lynn is his personal favorite. What's the deal between those two? Hey, how should I know? Alright. Hey Ray, you willing to give me a boost up? Come on, buddy. Lean down a bit for me.
Right. I think we can pretty safely assume this was the murder weapon.
Yeah, that's how you hold that.
This is safe. This is totally fine.
Fucking hot dog tongs. Oh no.
He operationed the pistol out of Sissel's body. Yep. Same model as the pistols you detectives carry around.
You don't think it's Lynn's, do you? This is not good. If it is hers, it's all over. So, Lynn's a detective, and the murder weapon might be her pistol. What could it all mean? Simple! Nearsighted Jigo uses special remote firing shotgun to shoot me. Using Lynn's pistol. So this is the weapon that took my life. A pistol, eh? My memory seems to be hazy on pistols. But I have seen them before, that's for sure. Let's see, this part right here is... Oh my god, Cecil.
Fool. If you want to fire the thing, aim it in your own direction.
The fucking stance. I didn't fire it, I'm the victim here. This is the act of somebody who's jealous of my abilities as a detective, using their special... Someone got Jigo's remote detonator shotgun.
Oh fuck, it's still alive.
They're remotely triggering the gunpowder.
Clear the scene.
Well, what are you glaring at me for? I'm hardly jealous of you. Well, guess that proves it's a real gun. Dang. What was that? Is that what I think it was?
The sound of a gun.
Oh wait, I know it. Huh, I thought we had a missile for this mystery. I've got a bad feeling about this. Every time that phone rings, it's bad news.
It's like that old riddle. Which came first, the ringing of the phone or the crime case?
If you say so. God. Because the thing is, I remember we had a companion character for this next mystery. I got my order of events wrong.
To be fair, this game reuses locations a shit ton.
Yeah. There you are. Do me a favor and have the doc come to the super's office, would you? He seems pretty bitty at the moment, sir. I cannot talk today.
You're slowly dying.
I am. Which one are you? The green one or the blue one? Huh? Oh, I'm the green one, sir. Listen, Greenie. Get the good doctor over here this instant. Or I'll see to it that you never wear a green suit again. I'll fucking bleach your wardrobe, motherfucker. I'll put paint capsules in all your outfits. Yes, sir. I'll send them right up, sir. Yeah. Please, doctor, go to the superintendent's office immediately.
If I must. God, the animation in this game rules.
Yeah. What's going on? Don't ask me, but something seems really, really wrong. That shot sounded like it was coming from somewhere around the maintenance building. Alright, let's get going.
Got a funny little mystery to deal with.
Yeah. To be negative towards me, I'm pretty sure this next room only gets used for the one puzzle, though. Yet another gunshot rings out in the lonely junkyard on the edge of town. The sound gives me the feeling a new death will be waiting on the other side of the line. Because, like, we have a puzzle in the super's office, and we have a puzzle in the basement. Apparently, I'm not the only one the Reaper's interested in tonight. But as long as there's anything I can do about it, I don't plan on letting anybody else die. Ace Attorney game, but it's using that music for the pursuit theme.
God, I mean, ugh.
Because it really does just sound like a pursuit theme.
I think it is the same composer as Ace Attorney.
To be fair, I guess it is a kind of pursuit theme. Changing a person's fate is no easy task, especially when their fate is death. The scene at the other end of the line is pretty much what I expected, all except for one thing. Well, hey Lynn.
Hey, Lynn.
No, Lynn, hang in there, baby. It looks like some piece of the trash shot her from the top of the pile of garbage outside. Oh no, that's Tango. Right, no, I guess we do have Missile for the next one. Here, let me take a look at her. Maybe there's something Sorry, can't allow that, Pigeon Man. I investigate and you superintend. You have your job and I have mine. Let's leave each to his own profession, shall we? Yeah, well here's what I think. How much of a pro can you be if you let her get shot right in front of you? This man is a Zelda character. Anyway, have it your way, and I'll stay out of your hair. New info has been added. Like, okay, I get it.
I gotta go let my roommate in, I'll be right back.
Alright, hurry. Doc, what took you so long? Quit dragging your feet. Who are you to shout at me? Now let me have a look at the victim. I haven't even looked yet, but I can already tell she's dead. Her second death of the night, actually. Alright, let's see. Ray.
That's when they do the trick.
What's up with this blinding pink notebook? Somebody stuck it behind the bookcase at a haphazard angle. Maybe that's the superintendent's way of tidying up? Fascinating. How about it, Doc? Can you save her? She's not breathing.
Afraid I'm not a miracle worker. Only thing we can do now is curse the aim of the one who shot her.
Lynn, how could I let this happen to you? Well... Oh right, there's a whole puzzle down here. Look at this fucking place.
There's a bunch of funny things in the scrapyard.
This must be a basement. There's that old man from before. Can't see very well in this darkness, but it looks like a pretty strange room. Never mind this, I better go see about Len. Alright, lady, talk to me. Unconscious this time as well, eh?
Where am I?
She's coming too.
What happened to me? Excuse me. Are you ignoring me?
Oh, sorry. I'm still not used to talking with dead people. See, buddy!
Hang on.
I hope everyone's having a lovely day while Ash is dying. Simply perished. Da 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 da. Ugh. Alright, I'm just gonna take a... Nah, I'd rather keep them around for this, because it's actually a fairly important scene, I suppose. So, everybody, how's your day been? I know no one's here, but nah. Woke up a little later than normal today because I was up really late last night playing through a little game called Unsighted, which is very good. I highly recommend people who like people to check it out.
I'm back, sorry.
Welcome, welcome.
So I'm dead, huh?
Fuck, lady, you sure are.
Try as I might, I can't seem to remember who I am.
She's starting to remind me of me.
Who am I?
Everybody seems to call you Lynn, if that's any help.
Lynn, huh? Pretty cute name.
And apparently you're a detective, too.
Detective? You mean that super cool kind of cop that solves crimes and upholds justice?
Lady, you have no fucking clue what you signed up for, huh?
Ooh, honey, you got a big storm coming.
Sounds like a pretty subjective description, but yes, that kind of detective.
Hey, wait a minute.
Are you starting to remember something?
There's no time to lose.
I forgot about this. Something really unusual's going down this town tonight. Yeah, I certainly won't argue with the really unusual part. I completely forgot about this gag.
So good.
That's not your face, you know. Take another look. You're the dead one. Oh, right, of course. It'd be pretty heinous if I looked like this, I guess, wouldn't it? I don't know if heinous is the right word.
Here, now this is more like it.
Oh yeah, Lynn's here. Something really unusual is going on this town tonight. Could it have anything to do with my death, I wonder? Tell me, what is going on this town tonight?
Don't ask me.
Huh?
I can't remember a thing. I think it's probably because I'm dead. Everything is so confusing. Can you do something?
You know, there's a version of the story where even after we resurrect her, she still has amnesia.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, you're asking the wrong guy. But I've got some things to ask you about. About me. I'm looking for the questions to the answers. Who am I, and why was I killed?
Babe, do you need to, like, take a nap?
I am running on less sleep than I normally do, but, like, I don't know. Do you know anything that might help me? The only thing I know right now is that my name's Cecil.
Miss Cecil, huh?
I think so. Rings some kind of bell, anyway. I think I was killed tonight while I was meeting with you. So, you must at least know me, I think.
I was meeting with you?
Yeah, in the junkyard outside.
Yeah, it's coming back to me. I remember now.
I knew it. I knew you were the lead I needed.
But I'm so sorry. I don't think I can help you.
Why not?
Because I don't know you.
What do you mean? I thought you said you remembered me.
No, I said I remembered something. I remembered the fact that I don't know you.
No way. Two strangers. Chilling the junkyard.
5 feet apart.
Because they're not dead.
Great work, everybody. So, I died, huh?
Yes, apparently. I'm very sorry.
How could this have happened? And after I just passed my test finally this year? My exciting career of catching the bad guys had just begun. And now look at me. Why do I have to go and die in an old junkyard like this?
Poor kid. Shock is setting in. And Zoe told her everything that happened tonight about ghost tricks, possessing and manipulating objects, and going back 4 minutes before a person's death. This actually isn't the first time you died tonight, you know? You're already shot and killed once before tonight.
You saved me?
That's right. You don't remember?
Ugh.
I mean, why would she remember this?
Yes, I think I do remember something like that happening. Vaguely. Yes, I did get shot. By a blue man dressed all in black.
I guess this means that even the death is erased, the memory of it remains. Someone with a really good memory wakes up from getting ghost tricked and is like, huh, didn't I just die?
God, that's gotta be fucked up. So, I died twice already tonight.
I wish I knew what to say to her. Guess I'll just have to wait until she recovers a little.
Hey, I thought that's some kind of record, don't you think?
I mean, eventually you'll be able to fight Maya for most times something disproportionately bad has happened. Although I believe the actual record for most deaths in a video game goes to Chloe from Life is Strange.
Oh my god, Chloe.
Yeah, you're probably right. Looks like she's pretty much recovered already. So, you don't know me, huh?
Nope. Wish I did.
So, do you suppose we're just two strangers who happened to meet tonight? In the junkyard?
On the edge of town? No way. I don't think it was any accident. Why in the world would I be way out here in the middle of nowhere for no reason? I was asked to come here tonight.
Asked to come? By who?
Can't you kind of guess where this is going?
You're kidding. You mean...
Bingo! By you.
I asked you to come here, but why?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Hey babe, you wanna reset the call real quick? There's like some crackle pops in here now.
Whoa.
Alright, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear ya.
Okay. Why did you ask me to come here tonight? I'm out here in the middle of nowhere.
You gotta be kidding me. Goes without saying that I don't remember.
Everything is so confusing. Can you do something?
Lynn, I'm not saying you owe me or anything, but I have a favor to ask.
What is it?
In the next 4 minutes, you'll probably come back to life. When you do you think you could try to find out about me before tomorrow morning? Who I am and why I was killed?
I'm really sorry. But I can't make any promises.
Why not?
I don't remember very clearly right now, but I think I was investigating a case tonight. A case that is very, very important to me. So even if I come back to life, I don't think I'll have time to find out anything about you. I know that's a terrible thing to say to the person who saved my life once already. I'm really, really sorry.
I see. That's too bad.
But I'm afraid I'm still going to ask you.
Ask me what?
Ask you to save me. Even though I probably won't be able to help you. I know it's selfish of me. I really apologize. But I just can't die. Not yet. Not like this. I'm investigating something important tonight. I think maybe that might be the reason I was killed. But I still want to solve the case, in spite of all that. Am I out of line?
Didn't I tell you a minute ago you don't owe me?
Huh?
I'm certainly not gonna treat your life like some kind of bargaining chip. Hey, Lou. I'll save you. What do you do after that is up to you.
Thank you.
So, you ready to go back? Back to 4 minutes before you got shot?
Lou, our good friend Lynn died again. It was great.
Lynn's
Oof.
second death. I'm heading back in time now to rewrite her fate. Faced with those circumstances, she could have just lied and promised to help me, but she didn't. That's when I knew I could trust her. I mean, good news is that at least in this universe, at least for Lynn, the universe isn't literally just trying to kill her.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's less of a Life is Strange situation, more that she is terminally unlucky.
She's terminally unlucky at investigating a murder and investigating an assassination-worthy murder.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yes, sir. Oh, well, that explains that. Detective, is everything okay? Oh god, I love these guys' goofy faces.
Little dot eyes.
Non-budget left face.
Oh, I was hungry, so I was trying to get something delivered.
Oh, welcome back, Gorpez.
Hey, Gorpez.
What? Don't do that. You know how expensive delivery to the middle of the junkyard is?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You should leave jobs like that to me. Is chicken alright? One chicken dinner.
Oh, that's okay. I'm not feeling very hungry anymore. I would like to go back to the station for a minute, though.
You would? Oh, I'm afraid I can't let you do that. I'd like a version of this universe where the chicken guy does show up here.
I want Chicken Guy here so bad.
Chicken guy shows up and you're just here for every other junkyard scene because he's desperately trying to get someone to pay for it. Inspector Cabanela is on his way. He'll be here any minute.
There he is. The guy ever.
Evening, patrolman. Good evening, Inspector Cabanela, sir. Nice work. Now do me a favor and take a little patrol around outside, would you? That's nice, fellow. Yes, sir. Yo, how's it going, baby?
Mr. Cabanela, what are you doing here? I thought the Special Investigation Unit had an important top-secret assignment tonight.
What does that matter at a time like this, when my liv's in crisis?
I appreciate it, sir. Wait a minute. Did you just say crisis?
Like the hit video? Like that one video game?
Okay, I'm gonna make the same joke. Tell me I'm being suspected.
Babe, we only have so many brain cells between the two of us, and they're all skewered on a kebab.
Suspected of shooting that pointy-haired man in the red suit? I mean, I've never even met the guy before.
Never, baby?
Oh, well, before tonight, I mean. He asked me to meet him here. He said he had important information about the big case I'm working on. He's the one who contacted me.
I see. But it's funny, isn't it? I took a look at that list of cases your station is handling right now, and I didn't see you listed or involved in any big cases. You know, I don't suspect you, baby. Just trying to clear things up. You're not the type to ever shoot anybody. Hey, who knows it better than me, baby? You know, if anything ever happened to you,
In about 30 seconds.
I'd never be able to look him in the eye again.
Inspector Cabanela, I'm going to ask you a question.
She'll definitely get to ask it. Yeah, and what's that?
And I want you to answer honestly.
Honestly, Gorpez, Cabanela's the most designed person ever. But yes, I am
He's the
leaning
most special boy in the whole wide world.
He's an investigator. He talks like Elvis. He dresses like that.
Is it tonight? Is that when it's happening?
I have no idea what you're talking about, baby. Get down.
Oof.
Good
Case
action
frame.
scene. Seems to me that baby is indeed under suspicion.
By Inspector Cabanela? No, he's not like that.
Just for the record, did you shoot me?
Me? I would never do anything like that.
Anyway, it looks like the hitman fired from outside. It'd be hard to prevent the bullet from coming in, though. In any case, let's just give it a try. Our 4-minute game. I mean, there's no way we can get to Tango from here, since the only outside connection is to the chicken restaurant. Unless we could
Shimkin.
And we can't even reach a telephone from here, so we can't exactly get to Lynn's plot.
You know what? I have an idea. The guy who shot me is outside, right?
Looks that way, yeah.
Instead of trying to stop the bullet once it gets in here, Wouldn't it be more fun to go out and stop the guy who's shooting the bullet?
Fun, she says, with eyes gleaming. Oh boy.
You can use the telephone to move around, right?
That's right. I know the telephone number to the junkyard payphone, too.
I don't want to get shot again. You know what they say about 3 strikes and you're out.
As long as you don't become a ball player, you'll probably be safe. But the telephone thing's a good idea. Maybe I'll give it a try. What, is there like a flag for whether or not you, actually tried using a telephone before?
I have a bad feeling about... Oh, we've read this.
Well, you know what? I can't exactly skip it.
Anyways, Gorpus, how you been? How you doing?
Of course, it's a funny little trap. So, everyone, it's time to see a mechanic.
Give him a funny trick.
Wrong one.
Hey, don't scare me like that. You could shorten my life. Poor little me.
Your life is already over, actually.
You don't have to rub it in.
Alright. Let's just do the bad ending just because. Assume we can... Wait, I don't think we can even reach that, actually.
I don't remember the solution to this. I'm gonna be completely, transparent.
Oh no, I guess we could have gotten to the telephone. I'm
Oh
assuming...
yeah, you could have.
Yeah, I assume we need to, like, swivel that lamp around in order to reach, but never mind. Oh, no, this is still, I always forget about that. Alright, so let's see what we can mess with, because it does look like we just need to, like, do something to move Lynn when the sniper comes in.
These pictures are old. What do they have? Little fragments of rock? And the fragments are glowing. Do you know what these are?
Sorry, but I've lost my memory. Probably not the best person to ask. I mean, hey, you can see in the bottom right, we have moon rock, ice rock, black rock.
All the rocks of the world in one convenient place. That's okay. I was only being polite. I didn't really think you'd know.
Ouch, this lady's tongue can be sharp.
I can hear what you're thinking, remember?
Inner monologues don't exist for the dead. I know.
Good one.
Alright, let's see. Anything in the microscope? What could this be? Looks like a giant nail clipper.
You think so?
I don't know what kind of nail clippers you've been using. Do you know what it is?
Why did you have to ask me? Couldn't you see I was looking away evasively?
Huh?
It's one of those sciencey things that scientists use. Ordinary people like us don't have to know what it is.
I don't remember what science is. But it's apparently something Lynn doesn't like very much. She failed her chemistry class.
It's okay, Lynn. We can't all pass on as chem.
You know, shockingly enough, I doubt there's anything we can do in the basement.
You can just go down there for funsies.
What's up with this blinding pink notebook?
Oh, that's mine. Isn't it adorable?
Why isn't your adorable notebook in your pocket?
I panicked, okay? Don't you shove things in the bookcase when you panic?
Who are you calling anyway?
It was personal business.
Alright. So, obviously...
Wait, I do know. You
I'm
have things at
assuming-
your disposal.
I think we just need to illuminate the bookcase using the lamp at the right time. That's funny.
What's the matter?
This telephone doesn't seem to be working right now. Usually the light glows red, but it's dark right now.
What?
Apparently in this 4 minutes before death world, we can't just use the phone lines whenever we want.
You're kidding, right?
It's To be fair, probably a smart idea. If you could, like, what would you even do with this kind of time travel in other spots?
Nothing good.
As long as the lines are closed like this, it looks like we can't go anywhere.
But I want to stop that criminal.
Alright, so the real question is, how long is it going to be until Space Cadet leaves? I say as the cutscene starts.
Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Very fancy.
Yeah. Yeah, I just genuinely forgot this puzzle existed.
I remembered it, but the pieces came together when I saw you moving around.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they really do just talk for forever here.
Mm-hmm. I can't just smack him.
Unfortunately.
You cannot choose violence.
Anything specific to say? No, cutscene.
No. I think you might need to do it on the earlier guy.
Oh, maybe.
Because Cabanella has his own thing going on.
Alright, well, let's try that then. I mean, hey, we could just take a trip to the chicken place, though.
You could take a trip to the chicken place.
Is it faster to just click on her to progress the scene? Probably.
Maybe. Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, because, like, it'll happen on... Like, all these movements will happen on the timer, but they'll happen a little faster if we do it like this. I do love how they just let you go to the chicken place in this one, but there's no way in fuck I'm going there. So we'd have to sit through this cutscene again.
Simply be good at puzzles, babe. Chatting on the phone, he's busy.
Yeah, but so are we. Hurry up, buddy. Huh? That's Lynn's notebook. Hey, wait a minute. Genius level perception. I thought she was practicing a dance move when I came in. Hey, to be fair,
Be fair.
Cabanella exists.
That is true.
No, that was definitely suspicious. No question. I had better report this. Wonder if I can make the call without her noticing. Oh, that's how we get there. What's up? I've been watching Lynn just like you told me to, and I noticed something suspicious. You did? So Inspector Cabanella was right. She was hiding her notebook when I came in. Her notebook, eh? Yes, sir. In a very suspicious manner, and in a very conspicuous place. Anything else? Let's see. It's pink, and it's a notebook. Anything else? Let's see. Come to think of it, she was using the phone when I came in too, and referring to her notebook. Okay, sun will be over later. Don't let on you notice anything. No, yeah, that works. That is a functional sentence.
That is a correct sentence.
I'm taking these sentences one word at a time, so my brain does not comprehend grammar.
That's fair.
Grammar
Alright.
hard.
Hey, look at that! The phone line is glowing red. I bet it would work if we tried it now.
I bet you're right. The detective he's talking to is outside in the junkyard.
And that's where that horrible hitman who's after me is too.
Ah.
Oh, The horrible hitman who's after Rachel, too.
Every day I die. Alright, let's see if Ray's willing to give us a boost up this time.
I've been waiting for you.
What are you? A desk lamp that sounds like an old grandpa?
Just call me Ray.
Grandpa Ray?
You just have to get the grandpa part in there somewhere, don't you?
We're souls. We can choose any appearance we like.
Which means you have no intention of showing us what you really look like, right?
Now then. Anyways, about that gunshot that took your life. I heard it way up on the upper level, a scant few minutes from now. The hitman is probably getting his rifle ready right now.
Alright, I'm going in. I'll get him with these ghost trick thingies.
I'm very sorry, young lady, but you don't have those powers.
Version of this game where Lynn keeps peeing between having powers and not having powers.
Oh my god, I want that game.
Yeah, version of this game where Jigo shoots Lynn as she's messing with Cecil's body.
What? Why not?
I'm afraid I don't know the reason. But only a special people have the powers of the dead.
Thanks, old timer. You sure
Thanks,
know how to
Ray.
You sure
Thanks,
know
Mr.
how to
Desklamp.
manipulate.
What? Are you saying I'm not special? That's not fair!
Anyway, we don't have much time. Come on and hop in.
God. Carry
There he
on,
goes.
boys. Fate changed. No, it fucking isn't.
I mean, he
Okay,
did
yeah, a
call.
A
He
little
called
bit.
downstairs.
That horrible hitman that's after me is upstairs, isn't he?
Shout out to Cabanella.
Ooh. He looks like he doesn't know where he is. Got thrown off his rhythm.
We threw off his groove, babe.
You ruined his groove.
Yes, apparently. In other words, we can't stop him if we stay down here.
Let's go then. I'm not really big on the idea of getting shot again.
Something funky's going on here.
That's been happening like the whole time.
We will simply not think about it, okay?
Don't worry about it.
Alright, well, I'm going to assume we don't need anything special to get through there.
It's your standard way of getting up to the upper level.
Standard.
Standard. Everyone does it like this. This is normal.
Oh.
Feels like a fucking Rube Goldberg machine.
Kind of is.
Well, we made it. Now it's time to hunt down that horrible hitman.
He must be around here somewhere, preparing to take a shot. There isn't a lot of time. Let's try to find him fast.
I'm going to make good and sure he understands what happens to people who point guns at others.
There's a gleam in her eye that's absolutely blinding.
At least he's wearing sunglasses.
Yep.
Wearing sunglasses at night like a cool guy.
Okay, do we have to wait for Cabanella? Do we have to flash Cabanella? Is that what's going on here?
He's moseying his way over. Give
Can't
him
even check
time.
if he has a core on his body yet. Oh, the bike.
Babe. Oh,
What, you thought I was gonna miss that?
yes.
Oh ye of little... Oh ye of deserved faith. Hey, Tango! This is stealthy.
No one knows he's here.
I see my target. Time to go to work. I'll be head of the Hitman division by next month now for sure.
There he is, the horrible hitman.
And I think his name's actually Tango, but that doesn't matter now. We have to stop him from shooting, fast. New info has been added. Thank you, Dad, for texting me about the leftovers in the fridge.
Babe, you gotta get the leftovers in the fridge.
Of course. There, we put a stop to that shot at least.
We did it, so I'm safe now, right?
Well, that changed your fate a little, but it didn't avert it completely. We're not done yet. Hitman's a professional, and he really, really wants to be head of the division, apparently. I doubt blocking a shot here and there is really gonna stop him.
If you want to rough him up a bit, I promise I won't put it in my report.
Thank you, Lynn.
What would...
She's doing her
How would
best.
she put this in her report, though?
You gotta be thorough.
7:55 p.m. I was shot to death. 7:51 p.m.
7:51 p.m. Took out the fucker who shot me.
7:51 p.m. too.
Lived.
Let's think of something else before we get the shot in. Alright. So the question... we can't just shimmy back.
You're not allowed.
And of course that does nothing. Okay, so let's see. Maybe this guy has a core on him in his beat stick?
Worth a shot.
He does.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun.
Perception. If I want that position, I have to be careful of even the least bit of light. Division head is my ambition for this year. Next year, my motto will be, if I want to be director, I have to be careful of even the least bit of scandal. I am one step ahead of my one step ahead.
He's forward thinking.
So, it sounds like it won't show up in spots where a light is on.
And next year, I'm going to spread some nasty, scandalous rumors about him.
Definitely.
Beautiful.
Maybe I could just turn on the siren and spook him. Hey, did you turn that flashing light on? Wasn't me. Went off all by itself. Scared the heck out of me. Well, just make sure you lay off it. Don't want to waste any electricity. Have things gotten that tight? That's pretty sad. They're really putting the squeeze on us lately about using too much power at sight. Won't even let us use all our searchlights at once. Oh boy. We ought to be free to do at least that much, especially on a dark night like tonight. Man, I can't believe the fucking division's being read by Gumshoe.
No budget.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, look at that! One of the lights went out.
There are 3 lights here altogether. Apparently we can't have all 3 of them on at once.
Station is crazy cheap when it comes to electricity. Just so another detective could see what he was doing the other day, I had to pedal my bicycle in place to work the headlamp.
A very sad tale indeed. Sounds like they're taking things way too far. Yeah, you think? Fucking budget cuts. Huh, nothing happens. That's funny. Thought this level was just swinging the crane arm around.
I'd like to swing that horrible hitman around.
Lynn craves violence.
She does. She desires it.
This crane. Wonder if there's some other way we can use it. Alright, but for now... let's actually summon one of these guys so I can get on thing. Hey, I told you to lay off that thing. And I told you it wasn't me. Oh, I think I might know what's going on here. This is the work of, you know. What? Hey, shut up, you're creeping me out. but you know as well as I do, the only explanation for mischief like this is Inspector Cabanella. So they tell tales about him as though he's a ghost, eh? Fallout New Vegas mod, but they replaced Joshua Graham with Inspector Cabanella.
God. Oh, god damn it, my freaking earbud order got returned. I hate it here.
God damn it.
Oh no.
But Inspector Cabanella is really a very nice person.
Okay, cool. I am in fact in this man's nightstick. Let me just switch this off for now. I'm sure this will have no repercussions later.
No.
So, like-
Certainly not.
Yeah. Well, there he is. So now we get to walk all the
Gotta
fucking way
Mosey
back.
your way back over there.
God, I wish we had missile right now. The extra range would be so good. There's a version of this puzzle where it's... There's a version of this puzzle where it's where I just left that spotlight off.
There is, but I'm sure we would find other ways to wrinkle.
Get out of here.
Everything's alright on your end, Gorpez.
I'm so mad we can't just pedal this bike back and forth to get places.
You're not allowed.
Be too suspicious.
Oh yeah, because that's what we're worried about.
Totally.
This is quite a distance from the target. But I can't work under a spotlight after all. Never mind, a shot like this is nothing for a man of my skill.
Sort of vision head seems to like dark, gloomy places. I'd be happy to throw him in a dark, gloomy cell. Come on, sister, get him!
Hold up, when did I become her assistant? God damn it, he bounced backwards during the cutscene.
Hell on earth.
Oh wait, there isn't even a point in
It's just
summoning
walking
him.
over here. You don't need to cause problems between these two.
Not on purpose, anyway. Alright. You know what? Let's take a second to actually review the situation after I spotlight him again.
You have 3 spotlights,
We really are just
and
playing
only
whack-a-mole
2 of them
now.
can be on at a time.
Yes, thank you, Lynn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to keep him down so I can figure out what I'm doing here. Okay, I think I understand what's going on. We need to get him into this position so we can... Oh, well...
Well,
Yeah, no, that
Well.
doesn't... Yeah, no, that doesn't actually help keep... That doesn't actually slow down the death that much. It just moves him.
yeah, because you just essentially you have him in a spot and then you just scooted him somewhere else.
Alright, I thought there was a delay in there. Never mind. Still, now I know what we're doing. Oh, nice. Puts us all over here. That's fine
This
then.
game's generally pretty nice about checkpointing you.
Alright, so... Problem is, spotlight on the left is on, and that's the one we need him at. So I have to move him literally all the way over.
Ooh.
Stealth 100.
Still, the good thing is, we can spook him Still, the nice thing is, we can spook him using the siren, so it's whatever.
Yeah, the siren's a good, like, diversion.
Man, puzzle games.
You are in it now. They've stopped tutorializing things to you.
Oh right, babe, me and Lou played a little game called We Were Here. That was pretty fun.
Oh, interesting. Was it good?
I mean, I enjoyed it. It did turn into Bully Lou hours because she has a sense of direction.
I do. I think I got lost in a literal corridor.
You
You're so
did!
talented, Lou. Save the light.
I mean, that's not even the worst part of it.
Get out of here, Tango.
Fucking getting Rachel killed like several times over in the same puzzle.
Because the thing is, what we needed to happen during that puzzle is, we needed Lou to move some, like, props around on the stage. The problem is...
I completely neglected to mention that there were props backstage.
all she said was that there were a bunch of, like, levers and junk she could move. And that's it.
Just completely disregard the several cardboard cutouts you needed to move around.
Didn't even tell me about it. She was so bad at remembering, like, even after she told me all that stuff, I basically had to memorize which of the switches corresponded to which thing so I could tell her what to do for the stage. Well, bye, Tango.
Well,
Killed another man.
Did you hear a scream just now? I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Nobody said it was. There. We found a nice dark spot for our gloom-loving hitman. I think your death has just been erased. Again. Watch it be like 10 years before you actually get to see Lynn again.
Why not, I wonder?
Huh?
Why don't I have powers like yours? If I could do the things like you do, it could really help me pursue my case.
You don't have psychic beams emanating from your corpse.
Why only the special few, huh? It's not fair.
Not the same thing the little doggy said, too. Well, I'm jealous of you, actually.
You are? Why?
Because your life can be saved, even if you die again tonight. I can save you with my ghost tricks. Nobody can save me, though.
Oh.
These powers of the dead. Why have they chosen me? Will I find the answer to that question tonight?
Sitzel, I'm so sorry.
Well, you're free to do as you please now. I guess this is a goodbye, detective.
Will we ever see each other again?
If you ever want to see me again, all you have to do is die.
Okay, got it.
I was kidding.
she was not.
Well, guess we better be getting back to the present. Cue movie theme. Lynn's escaped death for a second time. But that doesn't mean she's out of the water yet. I better go see how she's doing. Well. Ah, that's why it's up.
Just, it auto goes back.
Well, that was nice. Hey, Ray, you want to give me another ride down? Like the 8th time? Oh, wait, I don't even need it this time. Yeah, Ray's not even here.
Ray's gone. Ray's fucking left.
It's the last time we saw him, everyone. Never mind.
Oh, there he is.
You'd never see again. Well, it looks like congratulations are in order. You erased yet another death.
But I haven't gotten any further in solving my own mystery, though.
But that woman holds the key. Don't forget that.
Lynn, huh? Now that she's alive again, she's probably still being detained in the Super's office. She won't be able to pursue her case without the freedom to move around. I'd better go back to the Super's office and see her.
That sounds like a good idea.
Well, babe, it's time to go to the park.
Yeah, hell yeah! Woo! Let's go touch grass.
Alright, we've probably got enough time for like one more chapter.
Yeah, probably.
The entrance to the nearly deserted park. The detective who was ordered by Cabanella to perform a stakeout is nowhere to be seen. Maybe he's in the restroom?
Taking a piss.
I wonder if that strange young man followed him in there. I need to be perfectly honest with you. I thought this was like a cliff right here.
It's the sheer drop.
That's why the park's abandoned.
Probably. I decided to go back to the office where Lynn was being detained. With her changed fate, her story was sure to change too. And maybe that would lead us to some new direction. Now that Lynn's alive again, I wonder what she's doing. She said she was investigating an important case tonight. Could that case be connected to me in any way? Woo. Also, I think it'd be very funny if her notebook contained no pertinent information. She's just really bad at remembering numbers.
It's like a diary. She like dots all her eyes with hearts.
Murder and violence and killing and stomping. Just over and over and over. When Lynn lost her life for the second time, she was being detained on suspicion of my murder. But I saved her, hoping to solve my own mystery. Living creatures can choose to live their lives in one of two ways. They can either submit to their fate, or they can try to change it. Lynn's definitely in the second camp. As soon as I got back to the junkyard superintendent's office, this fact was really brought home to me. We told you not to let the suspect out of your sight. My apologies, sir. But I never thought she would run away. Lynn's our angel. Friend. She's like family to us. Angel, friend, or family, they all run when they have the chance. Buddy, I think you just have issues. Do you have any idea how many years it's been since my wife ran away? Buddy, I think you've just got issues. I'm very sorry. I have no idea, sir. You'll never make detective at it at that rate. Now, find Lynn. Yes, sir. If Inspector Cabanella gets word of this, it's all over. Wait, where is Cabanella?
Around.
So our redheaded detective escaped, did she? But I just barely saved her a few minutes ago. She's fast. Well, I guess I'll look around for leads. Okay, so conclusively, we know her notebook is still here. Sad and forgotten sits behind the shelves. Who could she have been calling? Wish I could find out. Too bad we just have incredibly arbitrary time powers. And nothing else. Anything going on downstairs? Not really.
Fun guy down here.
Yeah, but his text bubble disappeared, so obviously nothing interesting's happening. Oh. That old pigeon man. Do you suppose he's carrying out some sort of research here? Look at all these precision instruments and complicated devices. What are you doing? Sir, I think maybe this is how Lynn escaped, through here. She couldn't possibly fit in that tiny little elevator. Oh, I don't know, sir. Lynn is pretty slim. Fool, don't you know that women can make themselves appear slim through fashion?
I think this guy's also got issues.
I think these detectives need to, go to therapy.
To this day, I still don't know how much my wife really weighs. Weird thing to obsess over, buddy. Also, fashion, have you never slept with your wife?
No.
Of course
Yes, not.
not. Well, we've already concluded that Allison likes eating RAM, so I think dry in the sense that she eats batteries. Like, if you have to give her a non-RAM alternative, she just has double A's. And what double A's suck?
Wet cat food also smells atrocious. Just putting in my 2 cents.
I'm very sorry. I had no idea, sir. You'll never make detective at that rate. Anyway, where is that old pigeon man? Oh, him, sir? He went through the door behind me, sir. But yeah, it's been a very long time since I had a cat, but I think we always just gave him dry food anyway. It won't open. Apparently that door leads to the basement, but it's currently locked, sir. These instruments, they're all very suspicious. Really living up to really living up to the fucking cop creed. You'd better keep your eye on that old man, too.
Like, the old man's just living his life, and they're in his house making fun of him.
Yeah. Admittedly, it's kind of weird to have scientific equipment in an office, but you know what? He's the only dude who works here. Yes, sir. It's funny, trick time.
It's trick time, babe.
Well, maybe now that we've actually triggered that, we can go down to the basement. Okay, so we can sort of move this guy around with the stepladder. I could swear I just saw the same move. Don't tell me. Could it be? It sensed the tension between me and the detective and moved to get away from it? Ooh.
This is great.
Well, at least you know not to give your cats wet food then, Gorpez.
Yeah, it can be pretty intense for some cats.
That was an unexpected tangent. I'll never make detective at this rate. What I need is some sort of achievement, a feather in my cap. If only I could find a helpful lead, that might do the trick. Buddy!
Buddy!
A helpful and blindingly obvious lead is staring you in the face right now. I can't believe this guy has fucking amnesia.
He's dumb as bricks.
This is why he'll never make detective.
Yeah! If Cabanella was here, that's what he would say. Huh? This is Lynn's notebook. If I give this back to her, it might spark something between us.
Oh, buddy.
I figured he had a crush on her, but hey, maybe I thought this guy might have just been a himbo, but no.
Oh, buddy.
No, he's just stupid.
He's just stupid. What to do? What to do? This is a very complicated matter. What have you got there? What? This? Oh, this is, wait a minute. Is that... Yes, sir, it's Lynn's notebook. Notebook, eh? Come to think of it, there was something about that in the report. Something about her looking at her notebook and making a phone call. This must be it. This telephone number with a big circle around it. It's just a number to her house.
She can't for the life of her remember like her own phone number.
It's her landlord's phone number.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's
Amazing.
Lou. She's been here for a while. She's just not.
Who's
She's-
vibing?
She's not part of
I
our
am
main
here.
ensemble. Aren't you curious to know who she was calling? I am. I really am, sir. I'd like to know. Oh, but I don't have any ulterior motive for wanting to know, though. No, sir. No, sir.
Dude.
This number might be an important lead. I'd better check it out. We did it.
We beat the video game.
Roll credits.
Man, that really was a ghost trick.
See, on the other end of this phone line is the person who knows our identity. Yes, hello. This is a criminal investigation. We need your cooperation. Hey, I know that voice. Is that you, Detective McCaw?
freaking forgot this dude had a name.
Oh, is that Officer Bailey? What's up, sir? You don't usually call this late. Oh, did you get a call from one of our detectives, Lynn, earlier? From Lynn? Yes, I did. She calls every night. Maybe she senses it's about to happen. Did she say anything special? No, not really. Is something wrong? Yes, well, ahem. I might be contacting you again if I have any other questions. I was half convinced Bailey was like a lady just because his back is apparently broken.
He's living his best life.
I'm going to go file the report down at the station. I need you to be vigilant here. Excuse me, detective, but... What is it? That notebook. Would you mind if I gave... never mind, sir. Just stay on your toes. Babe, it's honey trick time!
Fucking trick time, babe.
Now I think about it, we never actually got the number for the chicken place.
We didn't. We don't have it yet.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah, we could have gotten it if we'd actually listened on like I's phone call, but you can just miss it here. I mean, it's not important right now, but that's kind of fun.
No chicken restaurant for us.
Yeah, like that's definitely the kind of pose you'd give to a random woman in a video game.
Quality.
What was that call about? I heard you say Lynn. I don't really know. If I had to take a guess though, I would probably say something's going on with her. Haha. The only place in the world where nothing's going on is inside your brain, Bailey. What is that supposed to mean? I mean, I know what the words mean, that's not what I'm asking. That was my way of expressing indignation, putting it in the form of a question. I just hope Lynn's not doing anything crazy. I'm a fan of hers, you know? According to my log, Lynn's been calling here nearly every night as of late. So, let's see. This is the place Lynn took all that risk to call, eh? But what exactly is this place? Can't even reach.
Get short little arms.
There it is. I could let the memo loose, but what's on the monitor? The screen shows rows of tiny rooms. The rooms are really small, and you can see right into them from the outside. I suppose the open bars keep the rooms airy, but I wouldn't want to live in one myself. Wonder where these little rooms are. Cecil not knowing what prison is.
He's so wise.
Hey, what's this? Oh, that? I wrote down my duties for the night so I wouldn't forget any of them. You can't keep them in your head. It's not like you have a ton of duties after all. Use a little brain power. Officer Bailey. What are you talking about? Weren't you the one who just said nothing was going on inside my brain? Didn't think you'd take it in quite that direction. So, let's see this important to-do list of yours. 9 o'clock. Take prisoner C-38 to the telephone room. Yes, you just made a request to use the phone a little while ago. 9, eh? That's when Lynn usually calls. Well, we can't let her talk to him tonight. Rules are rules. Ah, poor Lynn. Sure wish I could comfort her. Everyone around here knows she's just the anime protagonist.
She is. She is the main character, and they all know it.
What do you think you're doing? That's my important duties memo. That's okay. I've got it all memorized for you. Well, it's your duty to guard the telephone room, you know? Just make sure you do your job when the time comes.
Ooh,
Alright.
Hello?
Lynn.
I'm sorry. I don't have much time. Please let me talk to him.
Man, she really did match fins at that tiny shoot. I'm sorry, Detective. I can't do that tonight.
You can't, but you always let me talk to him before.
Well, the telephone rooms are reserved. That's why.
Oh,
By the way, is something going on with you tonight?
what? Why do you ask?
I got a call from one of the other detectives a minute ago asking about you.
Oh, really? Well, I don't think it's anything important. Officer Bailey? Do you think you could keep this call just between us? Even if only for tonight?
Well,
Oh. Well, I've gotta go. I'll call again tomorrow.
Officer Bailey, that could not be a comfortable way to sit.
he's prim and proper.
Oh boy. Well, I guess I better call the detective division. Hold on there, Bailey. What? Don't tell me you're gonna report that call from Len. What else can I do? It's my duty. Just write it down on one of your important to-do lists, and then I can wad it up for you and throw it away. You mean you want me to keep quiet about it? Well, isn't that what she asked you to do? Well, yes, but tonight's kind of a special case for us. Can't you make a special exception for my Lynn, too? Special case, huh? Alright, you win. God, see, now if we're talking about himbos, Bailey's definitely up there.
Bailey is perfect.
Bailey and Gumshoe should go bowling. I don't know what they think is special about tonight, but for me, it's my only night. Lynn's on the other end of that telephone line. I better hurry.
Lynn's having a funny little adventure right now.
She is. Oh no, I was right. You don't have missile here. Len? Len? Oh, why couldn't it have been me instead? I'm no use as a police officer, it should have been me. I already forgot this guy's voice.
I don't think you gave him one.
It looks like she's dead. We'd better not touch her. Who did this? Who shot Lynn?
It's been 5 minutes and she's already dead again.
Hey, excuse me, mister. You talking to me? This room, there aren't any other exits besides this one, are there? Do you see one? Huh? Then how did... We must have one of those mysterious locked room murder cases on our hands. One of those cases where the murderer vanishes into thin air in a vacuum. Just go find a real detective. I'll keep watch here.
Damn.
Okay, so like, I know... what a terrible turn of events. Like, why would you keep this loaded? Jesus. So now a locked room murder, eh? Things never go dull for a redhead. I know of a certain inspector who might dance around with the thought of a mystery. But no mysteries for me. Not when I can rewind time and talk to the victim herself. Guess it's time to go back and see the truth behind this murder with my own eyes.
Again.
Theoretically.
You know, if Lynn could stay alive for 5 seconds.
I died again.
I love that. I love that expression.
It's very good. I thought you'd be a little more grave under the circumstances.
Yeah, well, this is the third time after all. It's scary what a girl can get used to, don't you think?
Frankly, the way your mind works is a whole heck of a lot scarier to me. Okay, I really do want Ghost Trick to just be a thing in the Ace Attorney universe, because it means there's an off chance that Cecil just fucks around with Maya during one of her channelings.
God, it would be so good. An Ace Attorney crossover would be so fun.
It would be. So, what happened this time? Who shot you?
I don't know.
What?
I'd like to know myself. Who could have done it? Who shot me?
What are you asking me for? Oh boy. Guess I'll just have to go find out for myself.
Okay, you just go do that. Hurry along now.
I get the distinct impression I'm being used here. Okay, looks like it's time to go back. Back to 4 minutes before your death. Is that just your catchphrase, buddy? It's not a very good
Yes.
one.
It's not a great one.
It's a vocal stim, you don't get it.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
Suppose.
The basements. How long has it been since I locked this room up in darkness? I once thought the truth could be discovered in darkness. Maybe it was just that the time wasn't ripe. Fucking magic how that one worked out. Genuinely, how the fuck did she get that much backwards momentum?
Talent.
Of course. Oh, okay, so... Yeah, we'll probably do better at the top of the scene. Also, look, it's that fucking tea kettle I closed earlier.
Surprise tool that will help us later.
Oh, hey, is this someone's birthday?
It's a party, babe! And we weren't invited!
Yeah. Hey, Lynn? Hey, Lynn? That's the truth behind your locked room murder? Why would that gun even be loaded?
For fun.
Like,
Just
nothing.
stood there and took it.
Like, literally, I know this is like a big thing later, but half this game is just because no one knows how the fuck gun safety works, and they leave a loaded flintlock.
Look, you need that bit of risk in your life. So the murderer was a mechanical murder machine?
Murder machine?
When I came into the room, it was pitch dark, so I turned on the light. That must have been what set it off. The murder machine, I mean.
Can you please stop repeating the words murder machine?
Oh, Pigeon Guy must have made it. But why?
What could be the meaning behind this weird room?
Anyway, you'll have to find some way to stop that creepy machine. Once Cupid fires his arrow, it's all over.
I mean,
can't
good
believe
thing
you have
is...
to stop a literal Rube Goldberg contraption.
Yeah.
I mean, surely that couldn't be that hard. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to sneak up to the top.
Gotta do some funny maneuvering here. You know what, Sissel? I think this death might be easier to prevent than the others.
Why's that?
You know, because the murderer is mechanical.
She has a point. I can't manipulate living creatures, but I can manipulate this machine. Now I just gotta figure out how to stop it.
When the 4 minutes ago me turns on the light,
That's when the murder machine is set in motion, apparently.
Looks like the key to solving this one is understanding this Rube Goldberg machine. It is very interesting how Ray appears to be the only character who has agency within the time zone.
Because he's another funny ghost, I guess.
Yeah. To be fair, you don't really meet that many ghosts in the time break, but still.
Sonic's here.
I mean,
Sonic's
he is.
always here.
Alright, is everyone excited to see Lynn's amazing contortionist trick again?
Look, she is talented.
She sure is. How'd you manage to cram yourself into that tiny elevator?
Always liked small, cramped places. Whenever I see a little hole or crevice, I always feel like crawling in.
Man, she would do numbers in the Junji Ito story.
I feel most at home is that space between my bed and the wall.
Yeah, I guess I can understand that.
Ah, we're birds of a feathers. We should get together and talk about it sometime.
And before we find out, Lynn is literally just a cat.
Just a cat possessing a human this whole time.
Yeah.
Finally, cat girl.
She would be. Oh, is this the superintendent? I'm so glad. I thought I was all alone. Honestly, same, buddy.
Fucking mood.
Gee, I wonder why he hung up.
You can't imagine why. So
It's all
rude of
over.
him.
It's all over for me. Lynn, sweet, cute Lynn, who shines as bright as the sun, ran away on me. And then those detectives, matching bookends, blue and green, yelled at me. And then the old man with a dirty blue dove on his head completely ignored me. If only somebody would give me a kind word right about now. You want to give him a kind word, Miss Bright as the Sun?
Let's see. Hang in there.
That's all you've got?
I'd like to see you do better.
Hang in there, champ.
Lynn ran away, the detectives yelled at me, the old pigeon man ignored me. Everyone is so mean to me.
Poor man.
They made so many sprites they didn't need to.
Like, every character has their own unique sprite. It's so cool.
And not only that, this guy has a second sprite just for this specific pose.
Just
And then-
for the pure devastation he's feeling.
And then the kettle nearly scared me to death. My life is in complete shambles.
That's gratitude for you. We were just trying to warn him with the kettle whistle. Would you have preferred getting scalded by the steam?
Well, at least his fate was changed a bit. That's good anyway.
This is the most important part of this going back in time.
Yeah.
We saved him from getting a mild burn.
Alright. So now we gotta wait for
You
the
can't take any more hits, Lou.
time till death, 3 seconds? Jesus Christ, they do not give
This
you
is
a
a
lot of
precise
time.
one.
There it goes. The murder machine has started.
And if the whole thing plays out, that gun on the wall will go off. But before that happens, it's up to me to use my ghost tricks.
Be some way to disrupt this domino effect. We just have to find it.
Here goes. There it is. Oh, I was supposed to time that, wasn't I?
This is a very precise timing one.
Yeah, I was supposed to time that so I could knock the ball away.
This one gave me some real fucking trouble the first time I played.
Yeah, it's... God, they really do give you, like, none time with left murder.
I just want to believe that Lynn was just so enthralled by the Rube Goldberg machine that she just noticed it was about to kill her.
She was just enraptured by it. She couldn't look away. Hey, that was pretty good just now.
Maybe if we were on a putting... Oh, I need to tilt something, don't I?
Well, with a swing like that, maybe we could put it to some use here.
Good thinking. I just might be able to use this trick somehow. If I could change the path the ball takes.
That's great and all. But it looks like we're all out of time this round.
God, talk about precise.
This is a precision timing puzzle.
Like, I could move this over, but like, either way, she's getting shot.
Fine.
The key to this murder machine.
Is that cheeky little Cupid who fires the arrow. Only we could get that ball to fly over and hit him.
Yeah, maybe that would stop our little Mr. Cupid. Alright, let's see. Yeah, they give you like none time here.
Yeah, it's a simple solution, it's just also a very precise one.
Alright, let's take stock for a minute. We can't do anything with the ball, but if we stick with the ball, we'd be able to... We can't do anything with the ball. That's just a fact. If we stick with the ball, we can either go here, or we might be able to reach the cake. If we're here, we can make the swing happen, and we can move this hoist to do something. But that doesn't... But I don't know how much the hoist would actually help us with... Let's try moving the hoist. Maybe we can do something with that. Because there's no way you can reach down to
Being that you really can't get to the hoist before the ball falls.
I can examine the balance toy. Okay, you can just barely reach that. Hurry up. Swing and a hit.
Yay! Happy
Hooray.
birthday.
God, gun safety does not exist in this universe.
What just happened?
Looks like your future just got a whole lot rosier. Your death's been erased. Again.
Thank you. You kept your promise, didn't you, Sissel?
My promise?
You said I'd see you again if I died.
I don't remember making any promises. It's all for my own benefit anyway.
What could this room be all about?
Huh. Can't imagine.
Those things that went off at the end. Those were party poppers, weren't they?
Party poppers. I have no clue what those are. That's no surprise.
The gun going off? It all seems familiar somehow.
I'll leave that part of the puzzle to you. I have my own puzzle to figure out. Well, shall we go back now? Back to your new present? See, frankly, what Cecil should have done right there is ask Lynn to just put that, like, tennis ball in her pocket.
No. They're going separate ways. They're solving separate problems.
Yeah.
Sissel, are you there?
Lynn is talking to me?
If you're there, could you say something? If you're not there, I guess I'm just a weird girl who talks to herself.
Well, you are kind of a weird girl, whether you talk to yourself or not. Alright. I love how it's in her head. Most of the time it's like in your torso.
No. They needed to make sure you could make that jump.
Yeah.
You are here. I knew it. I just had a feeling. Shame on you for stepping foot into a girl's head uninvited.
Lady, you asked us.
Wait a minute. Don't give me that a ghost doesn't have feet bit.
Oh my god. Where does Lynn fall in the great stepladder debate of case 3?
Oh no! It's just a figure of speech.
Hey, did I say anything?
There, that tone! It's that tone of yours that makes me mad.
So, did you have something particular you wanted to say to me?
I just thought I'd share some information with you. I'm investigating a case right now. A murder case. And I'm doing it alone.
A murder case? All by yourself?
Yes, well, that's because the case was closed a long time ago. The culprit is already behind bars, forgotten by the world.
So, why are you looking into it then?
Because I think the person's innocent, that's why. There's something strange behind the case, some big mystery. I firmly believe that. So, anyway, I finally have my memory back. I'm not at liberty to tell you about the case.
Because a ghost can definitely mess with that.
Look, it's confidentiality. But if there's anything else you want to know, I'll try to answer what I can.
Lynn's my only lead. I would like to ask her about a few things. Alright, who's the girl? By the way, I see you have a little roommate.
Camilla? How do you know about her?
I had to save her dog from dying. There was a tiny incident at your apartment a little while ago.
An incident? What kind of incident? What happened? Is Camilla alright?
She's fine, thanks to her loyal little friend, Missile. Although I did have a little trouble bringing him back to life.
Oh my. What in the world is going on? Why would anybody want to hurt Camilla and Missile?
You're being targeted by a certain organization.
What?
Oh yeah, remember these two? They exist. I saw them. The people who were calling you their target.
So, I'm a suspect and a target? Could this night possibly get any worse?
It does sound pretty rough. You sure you'll be okay on your own?
Huh?
You know what they say, when it rains it pours. Isn't it time you admitted you need me? You need my powers? It's a very cool line and a very fun moment, but also like, buddy, we never had a conversation to set this one up.
I'm sorry. I can't cooperate with you. Yes, you saved my life tonight. I'm completely grateful for that. But as a detective, I still can't trust you.
That's too bad. Alright, so who shot me? You have your life and your memory back now. So let me ask you again. Who shot me tonight?
Yeah, I thought that might be the first thing on your mind.
It was the second thing, but yes. What else would it be? There's a good chance I was shot while I was with you after all.
I'm afraid my memory just isn't clear on that part.
Not clear?
I met with you tonight. And then you fell down right in front of me. I think I remember seeing that part.
But not hearing it? What a weird emphasis.
I'm pretty sure you were shot. Maybe from somewhere far away?
So you didn't see the culprit.
I'm sorry. I wish I could be of more help. But I know I wasn't the one who shot you.
Your colleagues seem to think you're a suspect, though.
I wanted the information you had for me. So why would I shoot you before I got it?
Information, huh? Wonder what info I had for her. About the info. So I had some important info that she wanted, huh?
That's right. You called the station yesterday. And you asked to talk to me. You told me you had an important lead on the case I was working on.
Important lead, eh?
You said you wanted to meet me and talk to me directly. Tonight, at the junkyard.
And you fell for it, even given how fishy it sounds?
You're the last person I want to hear that from, you know? But I just couldn't let it go, no matter how shady it seemed. It's because I'm running out of time.
Hey, that's right. You said something was going down tonight. Does that something have to do with the case you're working on?
I'm sorry, but I can't talk about it.
Oh boy, but I guess I understand. What are you, a cop?
If you're a cop, you have to tell me.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Run, I guess. They'll catch me again if I don't get out of here. And I have to get to the restaurant. I'm worried about Camilla.
Oh yeah, what was it? The chicken kitchen on Dead End Drive, right?
What about you, Sissel? What are you going to do?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. You're my only lead. If you leave...
I just realized. You and I are in the same boat. We're both looking for answers tonight, and neither one of us has anybody to help us.
That about sums it up. Hey, even if you can't cooperate with me, how about if we just agree to use each other? That sounds good.
That's not a bad idea. You're on. But can I ask you to do a favor for me first?
What's that?
I need you to sneak into a certain place for me. A prison, to be exact.
Prison?
That's the place I was calling from the office upstairs. I want you to go find out a certain prisoner's work schedule for tomorrow.
Work schedule for a prisoner?
Yes, the prisoners are given different job details each day. Each prisoner's schedule for the next day is written on the small blackboard in the cell.
So just go check out a certain prisoner's blackboard, huh? Okay.
His prisoner number is D99. If you do that for me, I'll cooperate with you.
Okay, you're on.
Here, let me give you the Chicken Kitchen's telephone number because you didn't get it earlier, idiot.
You know what? I'm glad they do that. It would have been real bad if you just didn't have it.
You just soft locked yourself. Okay, see you later.
See ya. But don't die again if you can help it. We're actually still in their head. Wow! Talk about a hidden tunnel. Looks like I held the key to the case Lynn's investigating, and she holds the key to solving the mystery of me. So we started up a strange relationship of cooperation. Lynn gave me an assignment. My task is to go check out tomorrow's work schedule per prisoner D99. I better get to the prison. Oh, this is a good game.
It's great.
Alright. Well, that's the end of the chapter, everyone. So, this was Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. Those were certainly characters that we did voice. I hope everyone has had a lovely day, and goodbye.
Bye.